Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Marian. In today's video, I am to talk about the latest MRI accidents. So I will save this as a live video because I don't know how many people is on right now. People may be at work and may miss it. So I'm going to pull up some articles. I do work in MRI as a technologist or radiology in general. So I'm going to pull up the latest MRI articles and talk about accidents and how we can prevent accidents from occurring. So give me 1 second. I'm pulling up the accidents now. You may 1 second. So I'm pulling up some accidents. So if you don't know what MRI is, this is the MRI machine, and this is like something that just got trapped into the MRI machine right here, this device. So I'm going to pull up some articles, read some articles, let you know how some of these accidents could have been avoided. So give me 1 second so I can pull this up. So give me 1 second. So this one is let's talk about this one. This one is they spoke about it 9 days ago. So let's see. It's a lot of ads popping up. Okay, 1 second. Oh, I don't like this one. Because it's kind of moving slow and it's a lot of ads popping up. Okay, let me just exit out of that one. So, hi, ISIS. This is just educational information about MRI for radiology people or anyone who's interested. So, I'm going over this article right here. I try to do this one, but it has a lot of ads on it. So, this is the MRI machine. This is like a lot of accidents that's happening. And let's talk about this article. It say details emerge on yet another MRI accident. So MRIs in general is not scary. I work as an MRI tech. It is not bad to have an MRI scan. You just have to be safe whenever you're bringing these items in. So whatever the scheduling team tell you to bring in, you can. Oh, you don't know much about it? Oh, okay, cool. So can you see me scrolling up and down? Because this is like my first time trying to use this feature where I'm scrolling up and down. I don't have like the perfect setting like everyone else who streams. So let me know if you see me scrolling up and down. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay. So it say details emerge on yet another MRI accident. This is from March of 2023. So almost a year ago. So on every MRI door, you will find this sign right here. Uh-oh, 1 second. I got out of it. Okay. So on every MRI door, you will find this sign because it's letting everyone know that the magnet is very strong, it's powerful. You have to be careful what you bring in there. So if you haven't had an MRI before, you can't bring your cell phone, you can't bring car keys, none of that, because all of that will get destroyed. So you can't bring hearing aids, anything that is operated by a battery cannot go inside the MRI room. So that's why that sign is on the door so people can know, hey, this is a powerful machine. Don't bring anything in there. So that's what the sign is saying right here. So about this article, it looks like it is involving an accident that happened with the nurse. So this happened at a hospital because I don't know too many nurses who work at outpatient imaging clinics. I always know them to work at a hospital. So not saying that that they don't, but I'm just saying, I'm sure, like you said, it happened at a hospital. So it happened on February 23rd. And let's see what happened. So the nurse was transporting a patient, meaning I don't know if it was this nurse patient or if the nurse was just bringing the patient down to the MRI department. So the nurse was transporting a patient to an MRI suite on a gurney or a stretcher or maybe a bed, which was allegedly sucked into the MRI machine. That's what bore mean, causing the patient to fall off the stretcher and the nurse to sustain serious injuries. The senior MRI tech on duty during that time was not in the room when the nurse was transporting the patient. So that's another problem right there. Another problem is the MRI tech was not in the room. The MRI tech always have to be in the room and guarding the door. Yes. So I think that is the main reason why people have claustrophobia, which is, if you don't know what that is, they're scared to be in small spaces. I think a lot of people are claustrophobic because they read and see accidents like this happening, and they like don't want them to have an MRI. Because I'm an MRI tech and I've had probably 2 MRIs before, and I'm telling you, it's really not bad at all. It's just loud. But you have people that is not being careful that causes accidents like this. So according to the reports, the senior MRI tech on duty during that time was not in the room when the nurse was transporting the patient. So it's saying that the hospital team did respond quickly and immediately received the care and support they needed. So let's see, I'm just skimming over this. So I'm going to go over a couple more articles, but I'm going to give my thoughts on this one and say what I think happened and what should have happened. So the nurse probably didn't know anything about MRI safety. At my hospital, the nurses sign a form. It's like a screening form, and it just talks about, hey, do you have any metal in your body? Do you have a pacemaker, a stimulator? Have you had any surgeries that had something in your body where it can't go inside this MRI machine? So maybe the nurse didn't know anything about MRI safety. And then another thing is, those wheelchairs and those stretchers or beds are not safe to go inside the MRI room. Keep in mind, I was telling you, it's a big magnet. The machine is very powerful. It can like just zip something in real quickly. And I have videos on my MRI playlist just showing you how I work it, what I'm doing at work. So I'm just going to assume, or not even assume, it's in the article, the nurse just brought the patient in. So we do have MRI safe stretchers. The nurse, what should have happened was the MRI tech should have sent for the patient to come down on an MRI safe stretcher. That could have went in the room. This would have been avoided. And another thing is, the tech should have been in the room. So I don't know where the tech was, but the tech should have been in the room. So let me see if I can find another article. Okay, let's see. So, okay, 1 second, because I'm trying to work this. I don't know how to this too well. So MRI, the latest MRI accidents. Okay, this one is from, hold on, it's trying to load. Okay. How long were you in school for it? I was in school for MRI for a year, so it was actually short because I started out as an X-ray tech. You don't have, if you want to do MRI, you don't have to do X-ray. So my X-ray program was 4 years. Actually, my X-ray program was 2 years, but it took me 4 years because I had to do like a remediation math and English, which I didn't have to do. If you know about ACT tests, I didn't score well or score high on the ACT test. So it just pushed me to take remedial classes in that area. So if you want to just go straight to MRI school, I think that's going to be 2 years. But for me, I did X-ray first, and then my MRI program was like a year. It was very quick. Okay, so this article, it said yet another MRI freak accident is making headlines. So this happened in September of 2024, so some months ago. So let's see. This happened in California again. The other article happened in California. So it said a freak accident, a patient in California narrowly missed serious harm inside an MRI suite. So whenever I work in MRI, this sign right here means this is the area where this machine is at. You should have removed all metal before you have gotten to this point. The MRI tech should have asked you about all surgeries. So this is what this sign means. So the incident occurred in the exam room while a patient was waiting to begin their MRI scan. During that time, a trainee is said to have brought a wheelchair that was not MRI safe into the room. The chair was then pulled into the scanner, landing sideways on the machine. Fortunately, the patient was not hit and did not have any injuries. So there are MRI safe wheelchairs. And the way you can tell, there's a sticker that is on it. So it's going to have like a green label and it's going to say MRI safe. Or it may have a red label and say MRI not safe. So I think this place or medical in general like need more MRI training. So details about the accident is vague. News of the incident did not circulate. Okay. So at least nobody was hurt. But again, someone is training, bringing in a wheelchair that should not be in the room, meaning, okay, at my hospital, and maybe this happens at every hospital. I know everyone is different. At my hospital, we have a binder and you get the patient or you get like anybody who is working in MRI to sign and say if they have any metal, do they know about MRI safety, do they need coaching. So I don't know if the paper wasn't given to this person that was training, because I say this because I worked in MRI, I work in different departments in radiology. And I worked in MRI on Tuesday, and someone brought down that was training, someone brought down a form saying that they have signed off and they know about MRI safety. So let's see. I'm going to find another article. So I'm going to exit out of this one. Okay. Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm still getting used to this. Okay. So I'm scrolling down. Okay. This is another one that happened. Okay, so this one we just went over. This happened on September 6th or reported on September 6th. This one reported on September 9th, 2024. All right, so. Oh, take your time. Thank you. Okay. But the more I do this, the more I'll know how to operate this. So, freak accident, we're talking about MRI accidents. I don't know if you're new or if this is the same person that has been in my life. So, the freak accident in Mountain View exposes MRI safety flaws. I don't want to play the video because I don't know if I get copyrighted for playing it. So, I don't want to play the video. And let's see. I wonder. Okay. A trainee brought a wheelchair, one that wasn't made to be near an MRI machine, into the room. And because of the magnetic force, of the machine, the wheelchair was sucked across the room, attaching itself sideways to the MRI door, and it almost missed the patient. So this is how it looked. So this is the MRI machine. That's the wheelchair. So look like Tobias provided this image. So I have not met Tobias, if I'm saying your name right, if you're watching this. I have not met Tobias, but he is very knowledgeable, like about MRI things. I have like we commented on each other posts on another website, but he's very knowledgeable in MRI. So he provided that image for them. Okay. So once again, it's like it needs to be proper training. And I think this happened in California. So I don't know, California, what kind of training do y'all have over there? If anyone who watches this live, can you tell me like what kind of schooling do you have to go through? Do they teach anything about MRI safety, or if it's like a hospital thing where the hospital have to provide more training? Because everyone should know, well, if you're in MRI school, like a program, they teach you about MRI safety, or they should. So, okay, so that's it for this one. Okay, so I'm going to find another article. If you're new to the live, like I was telling the other people in the live, this is like my first time trying to operate this. So please be patient with me. I'm trying to bring up articles. So let's see. Oh, this is from, it say January 2025. Let's see this one. And it, let's see. Okay, this is the one I try to bring up and I couldn't because it was like so many ads. So it's saying that this accident, you see, this why I didn't click on it, because for some reason they do not want me to share this. I'm just playing, y'all. Okay, so a horror MRI accident, from crushed nurse to sex toy dragged through the body. So I don't know if this is the person or not, or if this is just a picture someone put up here, but this is like what an MRI machine looks like inside. That device around the patient's head is what we call an MRI coil. So that's how you get the picture. Yeah, this is some weird stuff. And on this picture, this is their abdomen. So apparently they was having like an image done on their stomach, and this is, I guess, the device. So a woman was left with horrendous injuries after a sex toy she left inside her was dragged through her body during an MRI scan. The 22-year-old had wow in her back passage before she went for the scan, causing it to drag from her rectum and up into her body. So, oh my gosh. So here's the image of her stomach. And then that white part is the sex toy. So let's see. This is crazy. I want to find an article that is not happening in California. Okay. So it looks like a lot of the articles I'm finding is from California. I wonder, did she survive? I would have fainted. Let's see. Okay, let's go back to it. Share the picture, never. I didn't I didn't see anything about her dying. So I think she survived. Yeah, because I didn't see anything about it saying that she died or anything. So but she did think it was made out of silicone, but it contained metal. So that's why I'm saying anything that has metal in it, it can't go inside of the MRI machine. So let's see. Okay, let's see what else I can pull up. I'm trying to find an article that is not with California, because a lot of these articles has California written all over it. So I just want to see if another place is making these same mistakes. That's all. Okay, so all right, so this one, it say was published on October 30th of 2023. Let me try to get some of these ads off. It say MRI machine crushes nurse. Yeah, I have so many things popping up. It's like a lot of ads. Okay, safety concerns. California. So if you're wondering why I'm laughing, it's because like most of these articles I'm reading is like from California. Okay. A nurse, I was getting pushed by the bed. So let's go up some. What is the difference in MRI and CT scans? So MRI scans is pretty much taking like images of your ligaments, tears, sprains, your muscles. If someone is falling or stretched wrong, maybe they have like a muscle tear. Taking images of like the soft tissue structures in your brain, your feet, especially if someone is a diabetic. A lot of diabetic patients have to have MRI scans to see how their feet is doing, if they need to get it cut off or their toe cut off. Now, with a CT scan, that's pretty much going to just check for mainly fractures. If someone has strokes, if someone has a cyst on their kidney. So both scans can check for cancer. Actually, let me show some pictures of that. Okay, let me save this one. So I'm going to stop sharing that one. And then I will pull up some pictures of, one second, I have a lot of tabs open. Okay, I'll pull up some pictures of a CT scan. Okay, let's see. Okay. Let's see. CT scan. Okay, so the CT scan and the MRI are very similar. So this is a CT scan right here. It looks very similar. That's why patients always get confused. Patients always say, I have because I work in CT too. So I would have patients CT scan. I don't know if you were seeing that or not, but I have come in for a CT scan and they say, I'm claustrophobic. And I'm like, this is an MRI. And they say, oh, I thought it was MRI. So I'm going to show you like a CT head image. Okay, so this is like, one second, I'm trying to get to it. So this would be like a CT head image. Like these images like this. So now, so that's the CT head image. Okay, let me show you a CT, let me show you an MRI brain image. Okay. So this is an MRI brain image. Looks pretty different. Okay. So, okay, I want to share this one. The nurse was crushed. And then you see this is a hospital bed right here. So this happened in California again. A nurse was recently, and this happened on October 3rd, 2023. Okay, so safety concerns raised a hospital in California after a nurse was recently pinned between an MRI machine and a bed during a freak accident. Okay, she suffered crushing injuries. because the hospital bed was pulled towards the MRI machine. She was tending to a patient on the bed at the time. The patient fell from the bed and was uninjured, but the nurse became like sandwiched in between the bed and the machine. So she said she was getting pushed by the bed. More details. Yeah, you're right. She was getting pushed by the bed because the machine is so powerful. No one understands. So every time I'm screening a patient or I'm screening the nurse or a doctor or whomever, they, some people get annoyed. They're like, I just asked them, I just answered this by somebody else, and they get annoyed. But that's why we ask these questions, to make sure that no one is getting injured. So let's see. Okay. There was no MRI personnel present inside the room during the incident. So that's another thing. It say no one, including the patient, was ever screened. It say that right here. Nobody was ever screened, and the door to the room was left open. The safety alarm system never made a sound. So some employees never received required safety training, and the hospital also failed to test the door alarm. So that's the problem that occurs, unfortunately, whenever you work in MRI. You have to make sure that everyone is screened, because if no one is screened, then you have accidents occurring like this one, like this. Accidents just coming because people have to be screened. To be screened before they go in there, or you have accidents like that. Let me find another one. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this one. Okay. So I don't know if it's the same person on here or if it's new people, but I'm trying to kind of work this. I'm to operate this. So I keep saying that because people come in, people drop off. So just in case someone's saying, why our screen is going dark or something like that. So MRI latest accidents. Let's look at some more. Okay. Worst MRI accidents. So Bay Area nurse. There is one that I seen with someone like had gotten killed by their gun. Let's see. MRI accident involving a gun. This isn't the one. Let's see. Okay, this one right here. Okay. This is the one that involved a gun accident. Okay, a lawyer dies after being shot by his own concealed gun, triggered by MRI scanner. This happened in 2023. And I think I remember a story like this. I don't want to say too much and confuse someone, so I'll just read it. So, don't bring a gun into the MRI machine. Let's see. He allegedly brought a gun concealed on his waist into the MRI room where his mother was going to have an MRI scan done. This happened in Brazil. Okay. The gun was just discharged, because it's like a powerful machine. And he was shot in his right abdomen. So he had major injuries, unfortunately. Oh, he ended up dying on February 6th. That's today. So this is like an anniversary for him, because the lawyer ended up dying on February 6th. So the lawyer brought his gun. See, a lawyer dies after bringing his gun into an MRI suite. So let's see. Okay. That's why we're telling people, unfortunately, to remove all metal objects. We even have like a handheld device or a wand that will like scan people to make sure they didn't forget anything. And most MRI techs do, but some probably don't. But you're supposed to have your patients change into a hospital gown and clothing so that accidents like this do not happen. All right, let's see. Let's see what else I could bring up. Okay. Okay, I seen one, and then this is like a picture of a gun being, no, this is a picture of a gun like being stuck to an MRI machine. So this one happened in December of 2023. Okay, so a woman shot in her buttocks by own gun during MRI appointment. So a woman was shot in her buttocks by her own gun when she brought into an MRI appointment. The unnamed 57-year-old woman had a concealed handgun when she entered the room on June 28th. Machine's magnetic force triggering the weapon to fire. She was admitted to the hospital and discharged when it was obvious she had no serious injuries. So that's good. She did not have a lot of injuries. And it was not clear if the patient had a permit for the firearm, but the report from FDA says she answered no on a routine screening when asked if she was carrying any weapons. And that, unfortunately, that happens a lot. Why would she do that? That's funny. Oh, not the accident, but I'm just talking about something else. But anyway, unfortunately, it happens a lot where we have an MRI screening form and someone say no, they don't have any metal, no, they don't have any hearing aids, no, they don't have any implants, and they still have implants. So if you have not seen, let me show you all something. Let me show you all something else we have to check for. So we also have to check for, one second. Okay, so we have to check for pacemakers too. I'll show you how pacemaker look on the MRI machine, or sorry, MRI picture. So chest X-ray pacemaker. So I work in a hospital and outpatient clinic. So I float to different ones. So so on an MRI picture, we have to make sure that a patient does not have that little device. I don't know if can you see that device or not? Oh, it's like a white device on the left side, closer to the words where it say cardiac devices. So there's something white. Okay, that's a pacemaker. So this cannot go inside the MRI room. Like we just can't just bring a patient in. Someone have to come out and we have to decide if it's safe or not to go in there. So that can't go in there unless a company come out and say it can go in there. So let me show you an MRI screening form so you can know what I'm talking about when I say MRI screening form. Okay, so the MRI screening form is just going to look like I can't view it. It's like it's too small. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I try to pull it up, but it's too small. Okay, but the MRI screening form is just going to go over like questions if something is safe or not for the patient to go in the room. So what an MRI is going to talk about. The screening form is just going to say, hey, does this patient have like metal, a pacemaker, different stuff like that. So that's how it looks. It looks different depending on what clinic you work at. But okay, here goes something right here. So it just asks different things on it. Like, do you have any clips in your body, any pacemakers, any piercings, any hearing aids? You got to tell your name, your birthday, different stuff like that. Then you have to sign saying that you read this, and the MRI tech have to sign too. So anyway, everyone is going to be responsible if they didn't check or not. Anything else you all want me to show that I haven't talked about yet? Let's see. I'm trying to see what else I could show you all. Well, do you have any questions for me before I get off? I think I covered what I want to talk about in this lesson. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you all for watching. I think you was on the whole time. I appreciate it. But other than that, if no one have any question, I'm gonna just sign off. I work in MRI tomorrow, so I work in different departments. I work in pretty much do a lot of it. So in tomorrow I will work in MRI. And another thing, we have to make sure that we're scanning the right patient. Have anybody had like an X-ray before? So if you had an X-ray before, leave it in the comment box. If you want more videos like this, just let me know. Oh, you haven't had an X-ray before? Okay, let me show you an X-ray machine then. Let's see. So for anyone who haven't had any X-rays before, let me show you how the machine looks. So X-ray machine. Okay. So this is an X-ray machine. It does every body part. Head, feet, chest, ankle. Okay, I will show you like an X-ray hand. So these are just different X-rays of like your hand. This is how X-ray of your hand will look like this. And then let me show you X-ray of the chest. So this is how X-ray of somebody's chest will look. Or your chest, very similar. X-ray of your abdomen, which is your stomach. So this is how this will look of your stomach. So when I work in MRI, I work at a hospital. I have to look at different X-rays to make sure there's nothing in somebody's body that shouldn't be in there. So X-ray feet. This is how somebody X-ray of their feet will look. Radiology is pretty cool, y'all. A lot of people don't know about it. That's why I just started talking about it, because I work in it anyway, and a lot of people really don't know about it. And I guess in a way it's kind of good if you don't know about it, because that means you're not getting sick, I guess. So this is how your feet will look. I broke my forearm before. So I'll show you like an X-ray of a forearm. I broke my forearm whenever I was 7, and it was my right forearm, meaning that's the hand that I write with, and it was bad. I had to learn how to use my left hand. All right, so y'all, that is it for this. I appreciate everyone who tuned in, anyone who commented. So I'm going to just go ahead and get off, and I will see you all in the next video. So let me stop sharing this. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Bye, Isis. Thank you for watching.